So we're getting UFC Jiri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg, bro. It's gonna be a great fucking main event, honestly. But we're gonna start off from the early prelims all the way to the main event, and I'm gonna give you my predictions, my breakdowns of every single fight. Let me know what you guys think. We'll just get straight into it. But I think I think Charles Radke is gonna take it just mainly because you guys could pause it and read what I have written down here for both guys. But mainly the thing is that Francisco in his last 3 fights has been dominated in the striking. Has Charles Radke looked great in the striking? No, honestly. In the last 2 fights, he hasn't looked amazing in the striking. He got dominated by Mac Mallet and he got put away by a hook. And all Francisco does have is hooks. That's all he could throw. He doesn't have a jab. He doesn't have a 1-2. All he has is hooks. But he got dominated in the striking by Nicolay, Zellhuber, and Jake Matthews. Now, I could let go Zellhuber and I could let go Nicolay because they're both tall, rangy opponents. It was hard for Francisco to get within that fighting range. But Jake Matthews is the same size as him and was or around the same size as him and was piecing him up on the feet, man. And Francisco couldn't do anything on the ground and up until probably the 3rd round. But still, it was just too late. He didn't look good. It was just a bad display of IQ, a bad performance. During the Jake Matthews fight, they were throwing a straight right and then a left hook at the same time. They did it 6 times throughout that fight. And Francisco did nothing different, and he got hit by every single one of those. I think he was just trying to walk this guy down with his chin because he has an underrated chin. I don't think he's gonna get finished. But that's such a low fight IQ. You're not gonna win that way. And also the way he defends, he has a high Piotr Jan shell of a guard, which I think Charles Radke has a great uppercut. So he's going to be able to break through that guard. Also, having a high guard, if you're not Piotr Jan with the lower center of gravity and you're that strong and that good and that skilled, against a guy who has good entry like Charles Radke, he has good timing. He has on his takedowns, great timing, great entries. I think someone like Charles Radke is going to be able to enter, flawlessly and take Francisco down. And if he takes him down, he's going to backpack him. And he's going to take round 1 and 2. Maybe Francisco is going to take round 3. But it's going to be a very close fight. I really don't know who to predict. But give me Charles Radke just for those exact reasons, man. Now, next fight. You got to give me Kelvin Gastelum. His striking looked beautiful. His sprawling looked beautiful. His head movement looked beautiful. His boxing looked beautiful. Bro, everything about last fight is something that I want to see when coming into this fight against Vicente Luque, man. Vicente Luque, we appreciate you. You're gonna be you're great in the sport, of course. But bro, your striking has slowed down. Your takedowns have slowed down. Everything about you has slowed down massively. And your durability is no longer there, bro. You were getting pieced up by Alvarez's jab the entire fucking fight. And you almost got finished 2 to 3 rounds. And if it wasn't for the referee not doing his job correctly, you would have been out of there already. Honestly, they would have not have given you the decision. Obviously you didn't win the decision, but they wouldn't have let you go to decision. You were getting pieced up so badly. And if Alvarez is doing that to you, unfortunately, I think that Calvin is going to do you worse. And especially because Vicente is moving up a weight class, man. Fucking Calvin has a fucking badass Asian wifey at home. You think he's going to lose a big bag that he could easily win and spend on her and just start clapping them cheeks, bro? It's never gonna happen, bro. It's never gonna happen. His wife is too bad for him to lose this fight. He's gonna beat the shit out of Vicente Luque because he gotta get his wife a Birkin bag, bro. We already know. Now, honestly speaking here, Chris Padilla versus Markel Medeiros. I rate Chris Padilla. I think he's a great fighter. He broke Ismail Bonfim. He has constant pressure. Good. He has a great chin, good leg kicks. He could check leg kicks. But the thing is that I think Markel is just more dynamic and he's quicker. And I think those two things, they're going to matter more than you think in this fight. I think it's going to slightly allow him to take that win. Because, I don't know. I just think that his speed is going to give Chris Padilla too much problems. And not saying that it's not going to be a close fight. Like I said, this is one of those that it's a very, very hard fight for me to predict. I would recommend that you just stay away from it because it's not worth it. But give me Markel Medeiros by decision. I think that he's just going to beat up Chris Padilla on the out, not beat him up, but just get him, just start piecing him up with those jabs on the outside and those leg kicks. But if Chris Padilla could just start checking all those leg kicks, and if he does check all those leg kicks, or most of them, oh, it's gonna be a hard night for Markel. And if anything, Chris Padilla might be able to put him away, honestly. But man, right as of right now, give me Markel. I really like Lupi. I really really like Lupi Godinez, man. Just a great boxer, bro. She's such a great boxer. Amazing in the takedown defense. You know, great defensive work on the submission. So I don't think she's gonna get finished. I don't think anyone's gonna get finished. This is going straight to decision. I think that's the easiest decision on the card. But the thing is that she allows herself to get outdogged. She got outdogged by Mackenzie Dern. And I think that Tatiana Suarez is definitely gonna outdog her. She's gonna kick her multiple times from range. It's gonna hurt Lupi. Lupi's not gonna be able to get in to range with those leg kicks persistently hitting her over and over and over and over again. And then even when it goes into like just grappling, I think Tatiana Suarez is the better grappler. And if she does get Lupi down, she's gonna hold Lupi down. She doesn't care about winning rounds boring. She just doesn't. Look what she did to John Wei Lee the first round, right? She was holding her down. She was just trying to win that fight. She didn't give a fuck. And I respect that. And I think she's just there to win. So they're gonna yeah, give me Suarez by decision. I think that's a pretty good fight. Man, would I be surprised that Lupi wins? No. But it would be one of the more surprising ones than, I don't know, than the ones that I'm more confident in. But I just don't think that Lupi is going to win. I think Tatiana is just too good overall. I'm pretty fairly confident in this. I don't think that Esteban has ever fought anyone who's as good as Gamera, man. I don't think Ribovics has fought anyone who can grapple like Gamera. I don't think he's fought anyone who's on the level of Gamera. Just anything at all, man. Look, Esteban is great at circling. He has good striking, but he has virtually no head movement. And he's decent at sprawling, but was taken down and was beaten up on the feet by Nazarat, man. Nazarat beat him with just a straight left jab. I mean, just a straight left. That's all he beat him with. And if he's beating you like that and he's taking you down, Gamera is probably going to do you worse. Esteban just hasn't fought anyone. Unless this dude has improved massively out of nowhere. I kind of really don't see him beating Gamera. But I think it's going to be closer than people think. But give me Gamera, man. Give me Gamera by decision. He's just going to continuously take Esteban down. He's not going to allow Esteban to just do anything at all. Esteban, I think he's good at defending the subs, so he's not gonna get submitted at all, or finished at all. But I just can't see him winning this. I really cannot see him winning this. But who knows? Who knows? I'm not gonna take him for granted. Who knows? Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. Now, I don't really understand why most people are going Kevin Holland. This doesn't make any sense to me. From what I hear, that like a lot of the MMA community, in terms of like, I don't care, YouTubers, even the people on the comments saying that Kevin Holland should win this. I don't know if it's just because of the name popularity, but man, I think Randy Brown just looks better. Like, Kevin Holland is gonna flick out that jab, but he doesn't have enough power or pop to keep Randy off of him. Oh, you're saying that Kevin doesn't have enough pop or power, but he has more KOs than Randy. Yeah, when was his last KO? 12 fights ago. 12 fucking fights ago. Randy Brown he has such like weird hooks, but his hooks are very nice, and he's just gonna consistently put on that pressure on Kevin Holland. He's gonna put Kevin Holland on the fence. He's gonna keep throwing those hooks consistently, like every single round. Kevin Holland's gonna get overwhelmed, and he's just not gonna be able to handle Randy's hooks. Give me Randy by decision. But honestly, I don't see Kevin Holland winning this, just because he shells up too much. He gets pressured too much, and then he shells up, and it allows too many hits to go through. And Randy Brown is just going to be that guy that just keeps throwing those hits and is going to keep going through those hooks, and he's just going to throw them nonstop to the point where Kevin Holland is not going to be able to defend them well. That's what I think. Give me Randy Brown by decision. Give me Aaron Pico, bro. Okay, yes. Pitbull had a great performance last fight. Don't get me wrong, but against who? Dan Ige, one of the slowest starters of all time. And especially in that fight, he was extraordinarily slower than before. Like, not just throwing punches or anything like that, just didn't want to throw anything. I don't know what happened to him, bro. I have no idea what happened to him. But not what happened to him. I mean, I just know that he's a slow fighter as it is, but like, he just didn't want to throw anything. He was so scared. Aaron is not gonna be scared, bro. Even Aaron knows that whatever Lerone Murphy did, it was just a fluke, bro. Lerone was getting pieced up. He was getting violated in that fight. He was getting taken down. He was getting beat the fuck up. He was getting body shotted. He was getting uppercutted. He was getting just he was getting it put on him. Aaron Pico is going to drown Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull has a questionable gas tank. Look at the third round versus Ige. He got super tired. And then before that fight, he got beat the fuck up by Yair Rodriguez. I think Yair is kind of dookie. I think Aaron would violate Yair Rodriguez. He would beat the shit out of Yair Rodriguez. And Pitbull got violated by Yair. I know MMA math doesn't work, but just the way that Aaron fights is going to drown Pitbull. And Pitbull is going to get tired third round, and Aaron is just going to keep putting it on him, putting it on him, putting it on him. Likely getting the decision, but could even put him away by the third round because Pitbull's just gonna. I could see Pitbull just getting too tired, where it's just gonna be over. In my opinion, this is pretty easy. I think Cub Swanson is the better striker. He has the heavier hands, can swing in the pocket wild, has better recovery. Last fight of Nate the Train, man. Last fight of Nate the Train's fight. Bro, he was showing all right striking, but bro was getting hit by the 1-2 consistently. And Cub has a better 1-2, bro. Cub Swanson has a harder punch than Nate Landwehr's last opponent, man. And Nate the Train, man, he wasn't taking those punches very well. He wasn't recovering well. When he got hit by that 1-2 in the third round, immediately in the third round, boom, what happened? He was trying to get up and everything, but he really couldn't hold his balance well. And the guy was just swinging super wild. And then, boom, clipped Nate on the chin and put him out. Bro, if he's Cub is very likely gonna do the same thing. Very likely. He's just gonna keep over and over hitting Nate Landwehr with the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and one of them is gonna crack Nate. And Cub might likely I think Cub is gonna put Nate the Train away. I really do. But I don't see Nate the Train winning that. Nate is a dog, but man, he don't got the skills to pay the bills. Cub does. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Now, this sounds a little weird. Dominic Reyes is the better boxer. He's the better striker. He punches. Well, he's the better boxer. He hits harder. He's more dynamic. He's more precise. He's better on the back foot. But this is the thing. He'll back himself up to the fence, and I think Johnny Walker is gonna do great when he's backed up on the fence. He's just gonna throw such random things. He's gonna move too much where Dominic's not gonna be able to get that precise punching, and he's just gonna move too much, throw a flying knee, just start swinging wildly, lands a hook on Dominic Reyes or lands a knee on Dominic Reyes and puts him out cold. This is a battle of the chins, boy. Whoever's chin gets touched by a gust of wind is going out. But Johnny Walker has the longer reach. Look at that. I think he's going to be able to be on the outside. He's going to be able to hit Dominic Reyes where Dominic Reyes is not going to be able to hit Johnny Walker. Dominic Reyes was knocked out by a damn jab, my boy. He was knocked out by a jab. He loves getting pressured. And Johnny Walker is going to love to pressure Dominic Reyes and just beat him up on the outside if he can. Give me Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker is probably very likely going to knock out Dominic Reyes. I'm not even lying, bro. He's very likely going to knock him out. I could see this. But I could also see Johnny Walker just going crazy, doing a stupid knee, just landing weirdly in the pocket, and then boom, getting clipped by Dominic Reyes, just jumping in the pocket, or just some weird stupid shit like that. But I think, like I said, Johnny is a great underdog too. Like, honestly, it's a battle with the fucking chins. How can you not go Johnny Walker if he's the great underdog? Oh my gosh, bro. Does anyone like Josh Hokett? He is so cringy. He is so fucking annoying. He is not even funny, bro. Do anybody find that entertaining? Like he's just a cringe lord ass bastard. You could have any other personality. You could just be so much more entertaining. But you just choose to be to speak and act and walk and talk and just be a fucking retard. I don't get it. Just a fat retard, and you just want to I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to call it that he's doing, bro. He's just imitating people, trying to act a certain way and then not act a certain way. He's a weirdo, bro. I hope Curtis Blades knocks him out. I don't think Josh Hogan is gonna be able to take down Curtis Blades. I hope that Josh Hogan can't take him down, gets tired, trying to take him down, and then Curtis Blades puts it on him and just gets him out of there. And then takes him down, and then maybe takes him down and just beats the shit out of him while Josh Hogan's on the ground. But what I really think is going to happen is that Josh Hogan is going to try to take down Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is not going to allow that to happen. And then Josh Hogan is just going to beat him up on the feet. He's younger. He's faster. He hits harder. He's a complete fighter like Curtis Blades. But the thing about it is that Curtis Blades just doesn't have that pop in the shot anymore, man. And Josh Hogan does. And look, he weighs like 20 pounds less, meaning he's going to be likely more agile, more moving around on the feet. Damn, he's probably going to put out Curtis Blades because Curtis Blades can no longer take hits like how he used to. Oh, it's so sad, bro. But give me Josh Hogan. I really don't want him to win, bro. I don't like this dude, bro. He's so fucking annoying. But I just can't see him not winning. He's faster, younger, hits harder. And the thing about it too, he's in heavyweight, man. Like, if he was in any other weight, okay, probably whatever. I might, give his opponent the other weight. But he's in heavyweight. It doesn't take much to be at the top level of heavyweight. It really doesn't. Heavyweight is so fucking lame. It's the worst division in all of the UFC. Last two fights. Obviously, we're going Azmat. Not Azmat, back off. Don't get it twisted. We're not talking about that fucking annoying bum. We're not talking about him. We're talking about Azmat Mirzakhanov. The way better guy. The way more skillful guy. The guy who's actually proven himself. Knocked out Rakic in an impressive fashion, to be honest. Rakic tried to take him down. His hips were incredible. His fucking stability was incredible. And then knocked him out with a fucking jab coming in. Paulo Costa got beat the fuck up by Marvin Vettori in light heavyweight, his last fight. Who did he beat? Roman Kopylov? Everyone beats Roman Kopylov. Roman is not that impressive. Paulo Costa looks slower. He's going to build a lot more muscle. He hasn't fought in light heavyweight in years. He's not going to be able to build the appropriate muscle to fight Azmat. Azmat is looking like he's going to be faster. He's going to hit harder. He's more skillful on the feet, more skillful on the ground. He's just more skillful. That's what it looks like to me. He's going to beat the shit out of Paulo Costa. He's going to put Paulo Costa away. He's going to get him out of there, bro. Straight up. And now just last one, last fight of the night. And honestly, I'm pretty damn confident in this one too. Give me Jiri Prochazka by knockout. Obviously by knockout. Man, Jiri's head movement is very nice. His pressure is very good. He has heavy power. He has great cardio, and he's amazing. This last one is the most important thing about Jiri. He is amazing at making people go to war. Amazing at it. But let's look at Carlos Ulberg. Great movement, great jab, a great left hook, great footwork, great power. But he didn't win the Jan Blachowicz fight. I think he lost that fight. If anything, give it a draw at the very most. But he didn't win that fight. Jan Blachowicz easily won that fight. But now, looking into the Jan Blachowicz fight and the Volkan Ozdemir fight. In the Volkan Ozdemir, Volkan was putting like heavy pressure on Carlos Ulberg. He was like kind of chasing him down. And Ulberg has so much space to just change angles and throw a left hook and just keep clipping and clipping and clipping and clipping and clipping Ozdemir. Ozdemir wasn't doing anything correctly in that fight specifically. But sometimes that pressure But sometimes that pressure that Ozdemir was giving to Ulberg, it was too much for Ulberg. Ulberg wasn't able to handle that correctly. Same thing with against the John fight, bro. Like once John had him on the fence and he was panicking. He was throwing weird shots. He was throwing shots he wasn't supposed to throw because he was scared of the power. He was scared of what John was gonna do to him. And I get it. But it's different with Jiri. Jiri is not like these guys. Yes, Jan versus Jiri. Jan might win that fight, but it's just styles make fights. And Jiri is a different style than both of these guys, bro. Look at the fight versus Alex and pay attention. People want to compare Carlos Ulberg to Alex Pereira just based off of those things that I said right here. Great jab, great movement, great left hook, great footwork, all these other things, great power, whatever. But he's not Alex. Get that shit out of your fucking head. He is not Alex Pereira, bro. Yes, he has attributes like Alex for sure. But Carlos uses his abilities to try to get you to make mistakes so he can counter you, so he can start throwing these shots in his own right. He's going to counter you when he feels like he should counter you. Alex is so much different. Alex is gonna show you that jab to the body. He's gonna hit you with that jab to the body. He's gonna kick you. He's gonna hit you with that leg kick. He's gonna try to draw your hands down. He's gonna try to make you more stationary so he can hit you with that left hook or that right hand. And even if you're pushing towards him, he still has that left hook that once it hits you is gonna put you out. One hitter quitter. Carlos doesn't have the Poton power. He does not have that one hitter quitter. He really doesn't. And I think he believes he does, but he doesn't. And he's gonna hit Jiri. He might sting. He's probably gonna sting Jiri with a couple of shots, but Jiri is not gonna go anywhere. And Yuri's gonna keep putting that pressure. And the thing that I've seen about I saw with Jiri in the fight with Alex is that he likes to bob his head up and down, but this draws out a lot of punches. Even Alex was kind of like panicking and throwing a couple of shots, and then in the midst of those shots being thrown, Jiri dodged, boom, came over the right and started just uppercutting overhand right and was there. He was pressuring and he was going after Alex, and he said he's gonna be way more aggressive in this Carlos Ulberg fight. I believe in Jiri. I believe he's gonna do that, and I think Carlos Ulberg is just gonna be. He just hasn't been pressured by anyone like Jiri. Jiri is the best pressure fighter in this division. He's just gonna put on that pressure on Carlos. Carlos hasn't dealt with it. I don't think Yuri's gonna give him that space to throw that left hook. And if anything, Yuri's gonna bait out that left hook. Carlos is gonna throw it, and then Yuri's just gonna unload on Carlos. And once Jiri starts unloading, I don't see Carlos doing anything about it. Now, Carlos could win the first 2 rounds, but what is he gonna do in the 3rd round? What is he going to do in the 4th round? What is he going to do in the 5th round? Have we seen his cardio tested all the way to the 5th round? Have we seen have we seen his ability like this, right? Like, I don't think so. I think I feel more comfortable putting my baskets in Jiri Prochazka. Let's go, Samurai. Let's go for that. He's going to show him something, and he's going to knock him the fuck out. Oh my gosh, please, Jiri, win this fight. I want to see him be a double champion. We're going to be like, that's what we're going to be like. That's what we're going to be like. I'm so excited for this fucking weekend. You let me know what you guys think. Let me know your predictions. Let me know if you think that I'm wrong or right or anything like that. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen. But have yourselves a wonderful day. I really appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Please have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you so much.